Welcome back to the World of Book Reviews. I'm Judy Mario, your host, and our guest Joan Peck is with us also this segment. And Joan is the author of Prime Threat, Shattering the Power of Addiction, and I just talked to her about that in the last section, so you can go back and watch that if you happen to miss it, and you can watch it tomorrow or anytime, 24/7 on akexpertstv.com. And Joan is not only the author of this book, she's the author of several other books as well, but she's also a part of our Life Choices family. And what I mean by that is we started a series of books, those of us who work together at Turning Point International, a series of books called Life Choices, and they're anthologies. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is an anthology? And I know most of you probably know, but just in case, an anthology is a book of various authors' stories that all fit one theme. And so each of our anthologies in the Life Choices series has 26 authors with 26 stories, and they all are around a particular theme. And Joan is one of our authors. She is in our Life Choices Putting the Pieces Together. She has a wonderful story in there, and also in Life Choices It's Never Too Late. So welcome, Joan. I'm glad to have you back again this section. Tell us a little bit about the stories that you wrote to be in the anthology, and why did you participate in an anthology?
Well, it's a great way to, for anyone who would like to write, it's a great way to start, because you don't have to write a novel, you don't have to write a full book. You can do your story. You're supported by the person who sponsors it. They often will do the editing for you as well. So it's a great way to get started. And of course, these Life Choices books, I don't know if the people can see them, but they're very different, all these different authors, and they're all just so wonderful, and they're so unique, and have a lot to offer. So these books itself, they're just priceless. I mean,
they're short stories, and I think sometimes we don't have time to read a whole big book, so we're looking for short stories, and especially if you can find short stories along a particular theme. And each of our books, like the Putting the Pieces Together, these are messages of courage. These are all stories about courage that people had. And also then the It's Never Too Late, that's things that it's never too late to do, and it's stories about people who have achieved things maybe in the later part of their life, but also there's a really cute story in here about it's never too late to learn about someone else and realize their value, which is really a good story. Navigating Difficult Paths, this is Messages of Hope. This is stories about people who have had difficulties in their lives and how they've overcome it. And then Jeff Savilico, who's one of our Las Vegas entertainers, he's got a great show on the Strip here in Las Vegas. He actually came to me one day and said, couldn't we write a book about passion? Couldn't we all put in stories about passion? So we started doing Life Choices, Pursuing Your Passion, and there's wonderful stories in there about how to pursue your passion, how to go after the things that you really want in life. But Joan, tell us a little bit about your stories, about the two that you're in.
Well, certainly Pursue or Putting the Pieces Together. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember that. And that was the first time I wrote about Jay and going,
about your son.
About my son Jay, after he had died, and how I had packed all the wrong clothes, and how you go through all of that. The second one, which is kind of fun, is called It's Never Too Late, and I wrote about my dog, Sweet Pea. And she really has taught me a lot of things about being human. You know, animals do that for us. They teach us more how to be human. And one of the things that she does, which many of the dogs do, when it is time to do their morning ritual, she takes her time. I mean, she is not in any rush. She goes and she tries to find her spot, and that's what I wrote about, finding your spot. But finding your spot in life. Too often that we live our lives for somebody else, or because we have been asked to do something and we're willing to do it maybe for more money or whatever, that we lose the sense of ourself and finding our spot of comfort in life and whatever. So I really have gotten a kick out of my dog because she really has taught me a lot. So that was this one here.
The Life Choices series is similar to like the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. We've had people say, oh, we love your stories. They're very much like Chicken Soup for the Soul. They're inspirational stories is basically what they are in each of the different books. And so, you know, if you need some inspiration, if you need some upliftment, some positive something happening, which especially right now I think we all do. We could all use a little positive energy in the next few weeks. This would be the type of book that you may want to read, because you can just throw it in your bag or in your car, and when you've got 10 minutes, you're sitting in the doctor's office waiting, or you're in somebody's office and you have to wait on someone, you can read a whole story in just no time at all. And they are very uplifting, very fun, very powerful stories. And some of them are kind of sad in the beginning, but the endings are powerful, because like there's one lady that talks about all of the abuse that she had early in her life. And then in the next book, she talks about how she overcame that abuse, and so it's got a positive ending. So anthologies are the way to go for reading short stories quickly and to get positive information. And Joan, you've also published a couple of other anthologies yourself as well.
Yes.
I know, because I'm in one of your anthologies. Joan and I have worked together on a lot of other books. In fact, we were both editors on this book entitled Am I Going to Be Okay? And this is a book I'm going to be talking about next month on the show. Am I Going to Be Okay? And again, it's about weathering the storms of mental illness, addiction, and grief. This is a big subject today, addiction, and so this is something that people will want to know about. And you know, even if you don't have addiction in your family, this is a book you might want to read anyway, because it's one of those books that you think, why should I read it? We don't have addiction. But boy, once you start reading it, you can't put it down. I was that way. I was thinking, when she gave me my copy originally, I thought, oh, why should I read this book? You know, I'm not addicted to anything except chocolate. But it's a good book, and there's some wonderful, wonderful stories in it, and you're going to feel like it's something that is going to make a difference in your life as well. And so if you have a book you'd like to have reviewed on WCOBM World of Book Reviews, just get a hold of me at akexperts.com. It's akexpertstv.com. Both of those are good, but try akexpertstv.com first, and they will get the message out to me, and we'll give you the information on where to send your book so that we can talk about it. Or if you want to write a book, just say you've been thinking about writing a book. Both Joan and I do coaching. We both teach people how to write their books, and we also do editing. So thank you for joining us tonight at the World of Book Reviews, and we're going to be reviewing some other very powerful books in the months to come. So thank you, Joan. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Anything you want to say to anybody as we leave?
No, just read. It's just such a wonderful thing to do, and it broadens your world, opens your mind.
And I'll tell you what, my dad used to always say, you know, it's going to make a difference in who you become. The more you read and the more you educate yourself, you know, nobody can take that away from you.
No.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next month.